Spiritual burnout, is that a thing? Coming up next on Pastor Bob's Coffee Break. Every problem is an opportunity. And it's our mug, and it's our poster, and there's a t-shirt, and it's all very cool. You can find that in our coffee and lots of mugs and shirts and coolest stuff on earth right here. WeAreMetal.com. So I did a podcast yesterday about winners never quit. Now we talked about, those things that maybe we should quit after a while, but somebody said, "Dear Pastor Bob, how about just plain burnout?" Good question. And I thought it was a good question to follow up on today. So what about burnout? And what about, more specifically, spiritual burnout? Because a lot of people go through this. A lot of pastors do, where they feel like they're burned out with the ministry or burned out with some of the things they're doing, or sometimes even burned out with trying to read the Bible at a certain time and for a certain length of time every day, or, all of those things that cause us to be burned out. Well, let's start with Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And it says, "Do not lose heart and grow weary and faint in acting nobly and doing good. For in due time and at the appointed season, we shall reap if we do not loosen and relax our courage and faint." In other words, keep going. Another translation says, "Let us not get tired in doing what is right. For after a while we'll reap a harvest of blessings if we don't get discouraged and if we don't give up." So we're told to keep going, to keep plowing through, to not lose heart. Don't grow weary, don't grow faint. But what if you are? What if you are tired? What if you are losing heart? What if you are about to faint spiritually? Well, there's another scripture that's real important, Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. It's one that we've gone through a few times, but I want to give it to you in a little different context today. And he says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden and overburdened, and I will cause you to rest. I will ease and relieve and refresh your souls." Now that sounds good, because we just came from this place where we're about ready to faint. And he says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle, meek, and humble, lowly in heart. And you will find rest, relief, and ease, and refreshment, and recreation, and blessed quiet for your souls. For my yoke is wholesome, it's useful, it's good, it's not harsh, it's not sharp or pressing, but it's comfortable, gracious, and pleasant. And my burden is light and easy to be borne." Now, when we look at the scripture, we think, okay, I'm coming to him. I have all these things that I'm doing, and so I leave them all behind, and then I come to him and I just chill. I do nothing, and he gives me an opportunity to rest, and he eases all the things that are going on, and whew. But then where am I? Do I have to then go back in to face all of these things? And what happened to this rest? And what happened to, this yoke that he's sharing with me? Well, folks, the honest answer is we never leave the scenario. We never leave those things that are causing us to be heavy laden and overburdened. In the midst of all of that, he causes us to rest. And here's the key. It isn't that he takes us away from it. It's that he gives us this whole refreshment in the middle of the situation. And this is the bottom line with burnout. You burn out when you're doing things on your own, when you're not doing things in His strength. When you are, He says, my burden is light. Mm-hmm. And what about that? Well, we've talked about purpose and passion. When you find your purpose in life, you have a passion for it. And folks, if you're running on your passions, you really don't have burnout. You have times of being a little tired, and the Bible talks about resting from your day, and that's what sleep is for, that's what rest is for, that's what recreation is for. But the very thing that you're doing, the labor that you're doing, the things that are causing you this burnout, well, those are not the problem. It's doing it in your own strength. And He says, come to me, all of you who are heavy laden, overburdened, and I will cause you to rest. I will ease and relieve and refresh your souls in the middle of what you're doing. So folks, when you have a passion for something, and I know you're tired of hearing me say this, but it is so massively important. When you have a passion for something, you don't get burned out with it. And when you start to feel a little burnout, maybe, it's time to change it up a bit. Seriously. There are times when I feel like, okay, I just can't get myself to do this one particular thing, and I have a little burnout with it, and I think, okay, it's time to change that. What can I do to ease that burden, because my passion for it is not there? But when I have a passion for something, I have a passion for this. I can't wait to get up and get doing it. And I have things in my head that I want to share with you. And all throughout the day, I have different passions that I can't wait to get to. And there are those things that are sitting in a pile right over there that I do not have a passion for, that I don't want to do, that I need to. And I just thought this morning, I need to have somebody help me with this, because I suck at it. I don't have a passion for it. I'm not good at it, and other people are. So folks, it may be as easy as that. What do you have a passion for? Are you working in your passion? Are you trying to do those things that God has given you on your own without His strength and His passion to do it? His yoke is wholesome, it's useful, it's good, it's not harsh, it's not hard, it's not sharp, it's not pressing, but comfortable, gracious, pleasant. And my burden, He says, is light and easy to be borne. It's good news, isn't it? Especially when we go through burnout, because He says, I'm right there. I have the rest that you need. Well, folks, don't forget also, you are blessed. So go and be a blessing.